What's up, inner tubers? Let's go play some video games. Alright. So, I've been busy. I've been a busy little bee. And a lot of it was just busy work. But I'm going to show you what happened. So, not first, last actually. I added a block here. I don't think there was one, a half block, and then I knocked this full block out and made it a half block because it always bothered me. So now this is a little more opener. And I've started working my way up here. I haven't quite figured out exactly how we're going to reinforce this to keep the whole thing from falling on our heads. But I really only went, about yay far. Yay far. So I was kind of just in here by hand, just kind of poking at it and opening it up too high, too wide. Our floor is going to be at this level. There was a couple of random ones missing from damage the zombies have done, like when they crawled back in here, them little sons of bitches. But once we do this all the way around, we can start knocking this out and get that second layer of pillars in. Hey, there's people here. How about that? Okay. And they're even on the wicked ones. They're so wicked. And their wicked ways. What have we got? Well, we can reach them all. That's good. That is bueno. Like a taco. Because tacos are bueno. Actually, there's a place called Taco Bueno, isn't there? Please don't sue me, Taco Bueno. I did not mean to infringe on your copyright. That must have been a business, man. There was a horde late last night. I wonder if that's where all this damage is from. There was a horde late last night. Well, actually, it was early this morning, around 3 or so. I was up topside, which is where we'll go now. And I'll show you what's happening up there. Mostly what I did... Do I need anything in there? No. This. Give me some of this. Wrapper. These need leather. They need leather. Wrapper. Take that. Take that. Take that. Take that. Take that. We'll put these thingies in here. That thingy in there, that thingy in there, that thingy in there, and finally, that thingy in there. So, what I have done, I meant to get to this one, but I didn't. But I did go through this one, consolidated our augers to one. I actually messed up when I did it, and I accidentally combined the two augers blades from the two high-level ones. And mistakes were made. Instead of crafting them into new auger blades to get them repaired and upgraded, when they combined, they didn't upgrade. All they did was repair each other. And I didn't mean to do it. I put it in there, saw that, and then went to pull this one, or pull one of these out, but I think I accidentally pulled one of these out. I fucked it up, is basically what happened. I've got this thing going cray-cray, making all the steels. I pulled some out recently, so that's our new steel sitch. I haven't done anything there. We're making some poo dirt, and yeah, we made some poo dirt, and now I also went through. There was about a row and a half of wrenches, so combined them. I can only make them to 500, so. We must have actually looted a level 600 one. Oh, I can combine those. That seems like a thing to do. Boom, done. And then I just upgraded my pick, not upgraded it, but made a new one, a level of 400 to repair it, and it became a 500 because it was getting a little beat. I didn't get to the chainsaws, so that's all right. And I think that's it down here. And whoop, up here. I noticed in one of the videos, yep, things have changed here, that one of these things, actually let me go to one of the old ones. When I went through and reconfigured these to have that one there, I missed adding the wire from there to there on one of them. That's fixed. I don't remember which one it was. In fact, it very likely was this one, because as you can see, this has been rewired. We can go up top and talk about that for a moment. So this is our old path from there to there. Down here's to the dart trap, and then over to here where it would fan out, and then we had one on the side of that block to deal with these two dart traps down there. So I did this, and just for aestheticals, I ended up putting one above each, because symmetry is important, because this is a nice fan, but then this one came down like this, and then also came down like that, and it just didn't look right. These are purely a facade trickery. Same thing with this one. You remember the way that wire, in fact we can look over here, this wire just goes through. So what I did to make it look more prettier was cheated and just stuck this, stuck this right there. So that one, and that one are phony. That one's real. You can tell the wires are actually going to it. So everything got rewired. And you can see these aren't connected. So these two are going back to this one, which puts a good bit of separation between... Is that a witch? Oh, that's trash. There's been a lot of witches. Between this one, which is the lower tripwires, and these, which are the upper tripwires. That puts a good bit of electrical separation between them, I think, to try to get rid of any kind of let me in the frickin' hole, man. Any quasi connectivity or whatever was going on. Which side was it? Was it no? This one? This one. And then I decided just to go ahead and fill in the roof. So we finally have a closed room. Only on one corner. I haven't done to others. Thusly, and thisly. I also went through and completely filled up the front row. I haven't done the back. While we're in the steel room, I also went bananas, and we're crafting, I think the official phrase is shitloads of, what is this stuff? Forged steel. And then topped them all off, and they're just feeding it. And these were 1200 and 1200. So we're just making tons and tons of steel for real. So that. Filled this in, did that. Filled those in, and we still have all of these darts left. There was a lot of darts over there. There was 9,000 darts sitting in those 3 forges, which went a long way towards making things better. But so this got rewired. Complete electrical isolation. Well, not complete isolation, but a good bit of distance between that tripwire and that tripwire. However, every time crawlers come through, these upper ones are still going. So that led to science. Welcome to Science Land. Apparently we get hungry and thirsty here too. I can't keep my shit together anywhere. I do not tend to my basic human needs. Oh, look at that. I did figure out how to give myself some skill points. So I did some things like mining tools, miner 69er, to help me break things down quickly, and I did all the pistol stuff so that this thing would be more effective. So first steps first, debug mode, get rid of that. Now what we have here is a replication of the way our base is wired. So we got generator to a switch to a relay to the way it was originally wired, lower trip wires. And so lower trip wire goes across into an electrical fence post that goes back. Upper trip wire goes across, loops down into the dark trap, and then is daisy chained over to the other dark trap. I also, for science, added in another relay directly above that goes to that relay that then goes down to those lights. And what that does is anytime the upper tripwire is being hit, the light above it comes on. And I will, is this turned on? This is turned on. And I will demonstrate now. F6, Arlene, F6. Hey lady. Oh, damn it. I always forget to make them look at me. Oh, there we go. And now, oh, dang it. These things are too strong. Oh, get off the wall. Get off the... Damn it. Come on, come on. I'm right here. You're going to be a problem, aren't you? I should have closed that in. That's what should have happened. I'm not really a scientist, in case any of you were unclear on that fact. So if we watch the lights, you see the lights go on when she gets into that tripwire. I think she's dead. Yeah, she's dead. Oh, and this other wire going up here is just, it's up and out of the way. That is a shotgun turret, so that anything that clears through that, this one, this shotgun turret deals with it so that we don't have to. Let me turn that light back on. All right, lady, get out of here. I don't want your things. There you go. All right, so crawler. See, his name is Steve. So watch the lights. Eventually. There you go. See, he's triggering the upper one, which is a problem. So just be dead. Ta-da! So my first thought was, all right, let's isolate the uppers. That's a thing we can do. Like a so. And it's as easy as that. And then, so initially, I just went from here to here. But now it's isolated. It's not coming off of the same relay, which is something that kind of got discussed a little bit in Vaydu's electrical video. But, crawler. We watch the lights. Eventually, nothing's changed. Okay, next. All right, well, let's do its own switch. Let's isolate it further. So let's get some power to that switch. Now it's on a completely separate switch. We'll turn that on. Okay, from the generator to a switch to the lowers. From the generator to a switch to the uppers. All right, F6. Steve. I should try to spawn him closer. That might be more helpful. All right, so let's watch the lights. And fail. Dart traps are going. Lights on. Okay. Let's go a bit further. Let us completely separate this. Completely new circuit. Is this on? Alright, that's on. Now it's on it. It's a completely separate line. Not related at all. Let's see what happens. Can you tell by my tone of voice what happens? I bet you can. Yep. Still didn't work. So at that point, I'm like, well, shit. Okay, maybe these are right next to each other. These are right next to each other. Anyone who's played Minecraft, there's this thing called bud powering and quasi-connectivity. Because something I thought of was, all right, well, if we turn that off, is it a bud power issue? Like a quasi-connectivity, electrical transfer kind of thing. A la Minecraft and the way redstone works. So I figured I'd try this. Alright. Now they're not firing. Alright, now we're getting somewhere. But let's make sure. Let's bring Arlene in. Or Trixie, as we know her. Alright, so she's getting shocked. No lights, no darts. So it's not a quasi-connectivity thing. We'll let the shotgun do the work. I think. Oh, no, she's not dead. Alright. So that's not it. So what is it? What if maybe they need power? So it's not like a bud power situation, which is in Minecraft parlance, that's a block update detector. Whereas when they're all blocks in this game, it's still blocks. So when this block gets power, it updates this one because it has a potential for power, and it creates electrical current in there. That's my rudimentary understanding of bud power or bud switches in Minecraft. But if we kill the power, it doesn't get it. All right, so that's not the issue. So what do? We redesign it. We separate these, and we separate these. We get everything farther away. And then to take it one step further, there's our generator. This line is still just to our cleanup turret. So from the generator to the switch, from that switch to this one, going down to the bottom, same deal, goes from the tripwire to the electrical fence post, back over. And then it also is, what do we got going on here? It's going across the top via that one right there, and it's coming over to this one, spoiler. And then so now we're bringing the power in on opposite sides. We're trying to separate and isolate the power, rule out bud switching, anything like that, although there is still a little bit of a space right here where it's catty corner, which I think can create bud power switching in Minecraft. But all right, so it's on. So F6, control test, make sure everything's working. We got the same deal with the lights. All right, lights are on. She gets shot. She dies. Now we bring in the tryhard, and we see what happens. And no, that didn't do it. So at this point, I've spent between building this, redesigning it, building this, and what I had done, progress-wise in the game, I'd been sitting here for 3.5 hours, and probably about 2 of that right here. Like, it doesn't look like it, but this actually took me a long time to set up. And then, to come over here and try to redesign it. Misplaced blocks a couple of times. Like an idiot. He was using polished steel because when you can go into this menu, why not, right? And I was getting nowhere. I'm stumped. So then the queen gets home. So I show her. I'm like, hey, did this. Showed her all the different configurations that we used. That this didn't solve the problem. And then, something else I wanted to point out. So we got 479 here. 479 here. They are also both firing, so that's a good thing. They're firing evenly. Did this redesign, created all this separation, which I was hoping would solve the problem, but then was going to be bummed if it did, because we don't really have room in our base to do this, because that would take up a lot more space in those rooms, so they'd stop being functional rooms probably. Didn't solve the problem. So she asks me a question, and she's like, well, have you tried just setting up the top tripwire without the bottom tripwire and letting the crawler come through to see what happens? And I just look at her with this realization that I'm an idiot, that I had never tried that. That had never occurred to me. So now we have a very simple circuit. We got our same just clean up shotgun. We got a generator. Whoa. Shenanigans. Alright. Well, you have to trust me that wire goes to that switch. And then from that switch to 3 tripwires that come over to 3 tripwires. And then the power on those is just going in to the lights. At this point, I was just trying to slam it together and see what happened. So, here's what happens. Come on, you son of a bitch. Watch the lights. Light comes on. Light comes on. Light comes on. That little fucker is tripping the upper. So, he's not just that tall. He's tall enough to trip a tripwire right there. So then that brought up a new theory. All right. What if we do this? What if we just raise everything by 1 if they're going to trip stuff that's higher than them? So let's get power. Nope, wrong, incorrect. Click the button. I'm clicking the button. How about if I just do that? No, come on, damn it. And then if I do that, there we go. Click that, and click that. Click that, and click that. Click that, and that. And then we'll string this tripwire across to there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go from there to these lights on the front. Alright. So let me wire these other ones up real quick, like fast and in a hurry, to there. And then that one is to middle. So the way I'm going to do this is the far one is the top one. So we need that one. Then we run over here, do a click, and then one more click, and then one last click. All right. So now what we want is, if them being at this level can trigger things at this level, then it stands to reason that being at this level can trigger things at that level. Well, I can't, yeah, up there, where the other tripwire is. That level. So, let's try. Arlene. Wait, that's Jolene, isn't it? Alright, those lights are coming on. Those lights did not come on. I wasn't watching them. I don't know if you were, so we'll do it again. So now what we're looking for are these lights. And they're not coming on. So she is not triggering those. So, alright, I got another idea. What about a biker? He's tall. He's real tall. Maybe he will? Nope. Nope. Didn't work. So, yeah, I mean, I figured it out. I figured out that it's broken. Like, by design, it's broken. The crawlers aren't just one block high. That is the problem, which means the design that we've used... See, he's tripping those lights. He's hitting that tripwire hook up there. Or the tripwire post, whatever that thing's called. So, the long and short and skinny of that is this design that we've used, even though I think on our base these might be back one, I think, because I tried to keep them from the wall. But anyways, this design with dart traps over electrical fence posts on independent tripwire hooks, it doesn't work. So this set of tripwire hooks is useless. We could just bring that power from here and get the same thing. And take all those tripwire hooks out of the picture. Because they're not doing anything for us. Well, in this circuit, they're going to trigger the lights. But they're not doing anything. Did our land claim block break again? Well, here's a beautiful thing. Land. Give me the insty clicky picky. Let me put that there. And actually, you know what? I'll just break them. That's quicker and easier. So, now they should all be getting their power from there. Now, if we bring in Arlene, there shouldn't be any lights, but we had dart traps. We'll bring in someone that can we'll bring in the biker. He can survive a little bit longer. But the dart traps are going to work. So this design, this idea is flawed. Because the way that the crawlers are interacting with the tripwires is flawed. So it's not my fault. It's not my fault. But now we're all smarter. So, you're welcome. But I think that's going to be it. Now we know. Now we got to figure out what are we going to do about it. Because I don't want, especially if there's barbed wire on the outside, so there's a lot of potential for them to come to. You know what? Let me. There's a better place to have this conversation. So, as I was saying, with the barbed wire out there, they're very likely to come in crawling already, and I don't want to have these dart traps just wasting all these darts for no reason. They're going to be shooting over the heads of, where's the closed room? I like that room now. They're going to be shooting over the over their heads and just wasting darts. It's just a waste of resources. Is everything turned on? It's working. Hooray for carbonated adult beverages. So what do we do? Do we forego having dart traps at that end altogether? Maybe stick another one right here? is there some way that we can rig a motion sensor that would only see things that are on these two rows, and only if they're taller than a tryhard? Like, I'm skeptical of that. So there's a flaw. There's a fundamental problem here. And I don't quite know what the solution is. So I'm open to suggestions. Do please let me know what you think would be a viable solution here. I guess we are slowly catching up on darts. Maybe we can afford to waste them. I don't know. I'm not sure. Because it feels very wasteful. And I'm sure there's other things we could be doing with all the iron that is going to keep these things supplied with darts. So yeah, I mean, maybe, I don't want to do, because something else we could do is maybe put in some, we don't have any iron bars around here anywhere, but replace those arrow slits with iron bars. And then take the dart traps out and put in some auto turrets or some shotgun turrets. The problem with that is keeping those supplied with ammunition, because that's even more expensive than iron darts. Dealing with all the gunpowder and the ammunition needs. So I don't know. Let me know what you think. I'm curious. I'll be braining on this, trying to come up with an answer. Gunner, you insist on making a showing in this video, don't you, buddy? Yeah, hey, buddy, lift your head. Hi. Hi, Gunner. Stop snoring, please. Thanks. Good boy. All right. With that, this video's over. So, go down. Go down. We play with those interactables and stay classy.